somewhere else, then I definitely would consider different places, and it's just because different reason happens across different areas. So first of all, please subscribe my channel. I'm not sure if you're familiar how important it is, how motivating it is for the future videos. So it will be really great. I hope you had a great bank holiday weekend. I know there were most of the countries in Europe, they off on 1st May, I guess, and 2nd. In UK there is bank holiday normally 1st Monday of May. So yeah, it's been recently off in UK and people came back to, their routines. I came back to my routine, so I'm recently in the process of searching for the new place, new job, but I also travel outside searching for work. So I'm in the place that I know a little bit of the economy of the jobs of the market, so I can just give you insight how it looks like from, I would say, more professional jobs. So that's what I've been doing for a long time, and working in finance, so more that type of fields, and just give you advice on if this is the right time to come to the UK for work, better to go other countries with stronger economies in Europe, etc. So I can tell you, I can give you more insights, especially how did it change after coronavirus, what changes do I notice, and how you can bring them to your own life and see if this is something what works for you, because for you it can actually work. For me, I can see the shift. So what I want to start with, I want to just talk to you about, that recently I've been looking for work and been on and off. I left my previous job for other offer. The other offer didn't really work out. It wasn't really my dream place. I had a mixed signals, I guess, from the company. I wasn't fully satisfied with working life balance. More at the stage of my life that I'm looking for more the company, which more like work-life balance rather than work. I want to travel. I want to run this channel for you. There's a lot of things I want to do after work. So for me, life is not only work anymore. I told this when I was in 20s. When I turned 30, my priorities in life completely changed, and potentially for many of you. So you probably would understand. And it wasn't something what I was really looking for. And we just say goodbye to each other, and it was a time for me to move on. I've been traveling. There was the Easter. I've been in Montenegro. I went to Croatia for a bit, and I came back to the market. Of course, I had over that times I had some calls from the recruiters to end that. But what I can tell you is that the market changed. So UK is not anymore strong economy. There is no point for you to come here for work. I don't know, from your perspective, maybe you already have a job, then it's fine. If you don't, then I wouldn't really consider coming to UK. I think I will shift more to East Central Europe for work. I think the economies are pretty stronger now, and many people from UK actually moving to different countries, to Germany, to Finland, to Czechia, to Poland, to Hungary, to even Romania. They're going for works there. And it's not just because I think for many people anymore, the salary is not the priority. So many people, they concentrate now more about, having great company to work for, making sure they can enjoy life, discovering different countries, especially if you're from the European Union country, it would be so much easier for you. We sort of under same regulations in European Union, same law with some exceptions, I would say. So definitely something to consider for you. And me being on job market of lately, it never happened to me. I worked in finance after university for 10 years since I graduated. So, I always had an interview and I had a job. Of course, not straight away after uni. That was the most problematic period of my life to find the first position. But after that happened, everything being just smoother. Every year was easier. Next job was easier. And now it just seems to be a bit black hole. And you're gonna read so many magazines, letters about, they're closing another shop, they're closing Poland's, they're closing water spoons across. They shut down so many Boots. It's like the Boots, if you don't know, is like the biggest sort of pharmaceutical cosmetic company, some sort of like pharma shop, or Rossmann. In European Union, I know many countries have a Rossmann. So sort of like this type of, Douglas, just with the pharmacy as well. So this type of shop. So they closed many of them. And I've been thinking about this, like, in next 10 years, I think, Great Britain will be like very low Britain because everything is getting so like ghost town. When you go to Oxford, like the city, then you're gonna see walking main Broadway that most of the shops, they completely get busted, like restaurants like old Jamie's Olivier places, they gone like long time ago. It started everything post Brexit, I think. So it's not the same place, but as we know, economies change. We can see some countries, they evolve, and some countries, that of course they're gonna go down a bit. So economy is always like boom, up and up, up and down. And I think for me, it's not only about my own experience, but also the fact that I work in finance. I have some sort of interest about this type of areas. I study economics as well, so I can really give you good insight on where this is going. And being analytical, being working in finance, for me always been important to look forward. Future thinking is very important. So I already have an insight in my head where this kind of situation actually can take us in the future. So would I recommend it to you coming to UK right now for work? No. Would I recommend you to go to other European countries? Yes. I mean, it is shifting, isn't it? Like, it's just shifting. I think American dream is dead, as American people, especially second generation of the people who were born actually in US after Second World War, and years later, coming from grandparents from Poland and parents from Poland who went to US, they actually feel more like, they feel more like they want to actually live in Poland when they actually go there. They feel like this is actually the promised word, this is the best place to be in. So many of them, they just move back to Poland. I mean, it's hard to say move back. It's moving back to your background, to your heritage. It's not really because they were born in US, right? So it's not moving back to their country, but their blood is from Poland. So you can look different ways on different aspects, and they're moving actually back, and they're really happy. They enjoy it. They settle down there. It's quite stable position to be there. Like, I know like many people who are moving, many business owners in UK, they just say like, listen, we just lost so many clients, many people, they're moving out from UK, we need to shut the businesses. Then I have a lot of friends, they're saying like, we want to go different country, we want to move back to our country. So it's quite tough times, and for me, I have interviews there and there. I've been, having different stages of different places. I had the jobs, I quit the jobs, I finished the jobs. So it's just way harder. Like when you go on LinkedIn, when you're looking for professional jobs, when you go on LinkedIn, you will see like all these 100+ applications almost in every single position. So the market is ruined. I think it's ruined because of two aspects. It's because the economy in UK is not good. There's more people actually leaving the universities and looking for new positions, and people are not afraid anymore to bounce from the jobs, whether it's called bounce. They just concentrate on their own growth. So if they don't like something, they just change jobs. There is not like you stay like in 90s or early 2000s that you had to get a job and you stay there for 20 years. Especially, I'm talking about Europe. I don't know how it's in other countries because I never worked like in other countries. But people don't have anymore that they need to, they need to do something against their will. If they don't feel like something, they don't belong, there's something what they not really enjoy, they'll just quit. So there's a lot of changes, there's many applications. People have a job, they apply for another jobs. There's people who don't have a jobs because there's not much jobs. We know there was I worked lately, my last jobs, they were in technology industry, so we know technology struggle a little bit past years. There was big boom of tech, and now it's like big recession, so it's problems as well, right? And I quite enjoy to work in technology and finance, to be honest. It's really nice to working with really nice people. But even like I mentioned, you look at this LinkedIn and you will see how bad it is, and you just think like, you know, you will be just another person. You might get a chance even to recruiting person to go across your profile. You might not even be considered, because if they consider already 50 people, they'll be like, you know, 20 of them actually reliable for the position. They will first continue with these people who apply first. And normally this 100 people, you can see that jobs actually have been posted like 2 days ago or 1 day ago in some cases, and then you see like it's already 100 people apply. So it's pretty tough. You need to be quite tough, I think, tougher than ever, and, you know, quite strong and resistant. But, you know, if you have the opportunity to go somewhere else, then I would advise you to just go somewhere else and try to shine somewhere else. Okay, guys, I think this video was already quite long. I know I'm not sure if you have really great lightening of myself, because I have like going a little bit from my back, but that's the best area I could see myself today. You know, making sure I can record this video